Human beings like to believe we're rational creatures. We imagine ourselves thinking first, feeling second, and acting with calm intention. But the truth is far messier. Our emotions often take the lead, and sometimes they take over completely. Losing control of our emotions isn't a personal failure. It's a biological story written deep inside the brain. To understand why this happens, we need to look at the emotional command center, the amygdala. This small, almond-shaped structure acts like an alarm system. It scans the world for danger, threat, or anything that feels emotionally significant, and it reacts fast, far faster than the thinking part of the brain. When the amygdala senses something intense, it doesn't wait for logic. It hits the alarm, floods the body with emotion, and prepares you to fight, flee, freeze, or shut down. This is why emotions can feel sudden and overwhelming. The amygdala is built for speed, not accuracy. It would rather overreact than risk underreacting. In ancient environments, that kept us alive. Today, it can make us snap at someone we care about, panic over small problems, or spiral into reactions we don't fully understand. But the amygdala isn't acting alone. It works alongside the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and self-control. When the prefrontal cortex is calm and fully online, it can regulate emotions, slow reactions, and help us respond thoughtfully. But when emotions surge, the prefrontal cortex gets overwhelmed. It's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a paper shield. Stress makes this imbalance even worse. When we're tired, anxious, or overloaded, the prefrontal cortex loses strength. The amygdala becomes louder, more reactive, more sensitive. This is why small frustrations feel huge when you're exhausted, and why emotional control disappears when life becomes too heavy. The brain isn't malfunctioning. It's prioritizing survival over subtlety. Another reason we lose control is emotional memory. The brain stores past experiences, especially painful ones, in deep emotional circuits. When something in the present resembles something from the past, even slightly, the brain reacts as if the old threat is happening again. This is why certain tones, expressions, or situations can trigger reactions that feel bigger than the moment. The brain isn't responding to now, it's responding to then. We also lose control because emotions are contagious. Humans are wired for connection, and our nervous systems mirror the people around us. When someone else is angry, anxious, or distressed, our brain picks up their emotional signals and begins to match them. This mirroring helped early humans survive in groups, but today it can pull us into emotional storms we didn't create. Another factor is suppression. When we push emotions down instead of processing them, they don't disappear, they accumulate. Suppressed emotions build pressure beneath the surface, and eventually they burst out in ways that feel sudden or disproportionate. Losing control in these moments isn't about weakness, it's about the brain releasing what it can no longer hold. And then there's expectation. We often believe we should be calm, composed, and in control at all times. But emotions aren't designed to be perfectly managed. They're signals, messages from the body about needs, boundaries, fears, and desires. When we ignore those signals, they intensify. When we judge them, they become tangled. When we fear them, they grow stronger. Emotional overwhelm is often the result of resisting what we feel rather than allowing it. But here's the most important truth. Losing control of your emotions doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. The brain wasn't built for perfect regulation. It was built for survival, connection, and adaptation. Emotional intensity is part of that design. The key isn't to eliminate emotional reactions, it's to understand them. When you recognize the early signs of overwhelm, the quickened heartbeat, the tightening chest, the racing thoughts, you give the prefrontal cortex a chance to step back online. When you name what you're feeling, the amygdala quiets down. When you breathe slowly, the nervous system shifts from threat to safety. And when you understand your emotional history, you begin to see which reactions belong to the present and which belong to the past. Emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about creating space between the feeling and the reaction. It's about understanding the brain's alarms, not fighting them. And it's about learning that emotions aren't enemies, they're information. We lose control of our emotions because the brain is trying to protect us. Sometimes it protects too much. Sometimes it protects too fast. But with awareness, compassion, and practice, we can learn to work with our emotions instead of being overwhelmed by them. Your emotions aren't a problem to fix. They're a language to understand. If this video sparked something for you, please consider subscribing. There's plenty more simple, smart explanations coming your way. Love videos like this? Hit like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And stay curious with us. Conceptique, where complex ideas become beautifully simple.